The Earnestly Speaking podcast is a show that is founded on free-flowing conversation and may at times venture into mature subjects. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, Earnestly Speaking podcast. Let's get it. I'm a giant in New York, in Miami carry heat. So much more in store, my product can flood the street. Opinion Nation Godfather, CEO. Puff in the late 90s, gon' see me blow. Oh. Got my hustle on, no imitation of that. Army of untouchables, Opinion Nation staff. Never an off season, homie, check the numbers. Heart throb in my own right, supplying southern comfort. Earnestly speaking, my ego is well fed. Earnestly speaking, you're too feeble and no threat. See, I'm like a hurricane, you're a mild breeze. Earnestly speaking, leaving Eli a dynasty. Shake!
Well. Despite the music, it isn't the normal podcast. It is, after 2 years, the newest edition of the basketball. You guys are used to the rest of the Retrospective podcast, but we also had the basketball one. We only did one episode so far. We did I think it was 2 years ago with you, Zack. We did the 2000 and what was it, 9 or 8 redraft? Or was it 7? I can't remember. It was Al Horford. It was 7 because it's Kevin Durant. That was the Kevin Durant one. So the Degenerate is here, of course, on the show. What's up, buddy?
Nothing, man. I felt like the last time we did this was 2012 also.
Do that long. No, we will get special music for this show hopefully soon. I'm working on trying to find some free music that I don't have to pay anybody for because royalties and stuff, and it's harder to do that. I mean, unless I could pay somebody to do it for me, but why do that? But
Yeah,
anyway, today we are doing the 2012 redraft, NBA redraft. Just for a reference point, we'll see real quick. I'm gonna bring up real quick what exactly how the draft looks. Zack and I are gonna pick 7 guys from the draft, and basically the whole idea is basically the idea is basically what we know in hindsight 13 years later. If you had to do it all over today, based on what we know 13 years later, how would you draft these guys based on how their careers went or are currently going? So for perspective purposes, here was the top 14 guys in the draft in 2012. Number 1, Anthony Davis. Number 2, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Number 3, Bradley Beal. 4, Dion Waiters. 5, Thomas Robinson. 6, Damian Lillard. 7, Harrison Barnes. 8, Terrence Ross. 9, Andre Drummond. 10, Jay Crowder. 11, Draymond Green. 12, Chris Middleton. 13, Kent Bazemore. And 14, Austin Rivers, Doc's kid. So a lot of well-known names there. A lot of known names there that players have done some things in the league in the last decade and so. Don't you agree, Zack?
So those are the top 14 we're picking from, right? That's not
No. You can pick whoever you want. That's the top 14 that were picked in the draft at the time.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No.
Sure? Oh, wait, hold on. Did I get this wrong? Because I marked this down. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to make this up quick on the screen here. 2012 NBA draft order. I could have swore. I checked GPT this morning. Let me make sure it's right there. Okay, hold on. Let's get this right. Don't tell me I fucked that up already. Hold on. Where the hell is I can't find it. Okay. One more time. Let's just ask ChatGPT to get it right this time. 2012 NBA draft order. All right. Once again, the top 14 was Anthony Davis, Michael Gilchrist, Bradley Beal, Dion Waiters, Thomas Robinson, Damian Lillard, Harrison Barnes, Terrence Ross, Andre Drummond, Austin Rivers was 10. That's why I screwed up. Myers Leonard was 11. Jeremy Lamb 12. Kendall Marshall at 13, and John Henson at 14. We can go. I mean,
yeah, sounds like you got a few of those guys mixed up, huh?
Yeah, I apologize. I got the first couple right, and then I might have actually modified it wrong. I might accidentally modified a section of this thing I didn't mean to do. But that was a 14 originally in 2012. I apologize, guys, for that, for fucking up. But I'm human. So what we're gonna do?
Trust ChatGPT, man.
Well, that and the edibles.
Nah, that's just Chat GPT, man.
It's just Chat GPT. So we're gonna
It is.
find out right now
It's
the
never
order. Make it
accurate.
fair. Yeah, we're gonna find out right now the order of the draft. Here, you see the screen there?
I don't
You
know.
see
You're kind of like
the screen?
freezing every
It's
second.
the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna take this down. Last night. Okay, hold on. All right,
Nah, you're good now.
you could. Did you see the screen?
Nah, I
Okay,
see.
well the screen was messed up, so every time I went to the screen, it killed my Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna do the draft order right now. So the second pick right now for the draft is going to be. You can't see it though, unfortunately. I'll do it for you. It's gonna be you. You have the second pick in the draft.
Okay.
So I'm number one. Okay, I'm number one. So, all right. So with the first pick, this is pretty easy. This is a future Hall of Famer. This is a guy that's averaging 24 and 11 for his career right now. Anthony Davis. That's easy. That's the easy pick. Averaging nearly 25 points a game, nearly 12 rebounds a game, 3.5 assists, 1 ring. He's 32 years old, injury prone, but still Hall of Famer. Will be. He's also 2012, 13 All Rookie, 2016, 17 All Star Game MVP, 3-time block champ, 5-time All NBA player, 5-time All Defensive player, and part of the NBA 75th anniversary team. He's now currently with the Dallas Mavericks. Number one is Anthony Davis. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I was actually just worried you were gonna go with Damian Lillard or
My
something.
guy that you can't say anymore.
I really thought you'd go for just pure scoring. And I think that's what makes a guy better. But I'm happy you got the first pick in the draft right.
Also, a guy in AD that I thought if he stayed healthy, we'd talk about him as the greatest power forward of all time.
No.
Certainly most talented one. You think AD healthy? Let's say injuries that never were a thing for him. You don't think he could be the greatest? You'd be better than Kevin Garnett, better than Tim Duncan based on talent alone?
God fucking no. Definitely, maybe better than Kevin Garnett, but definitely not better than Tim Duncan. Are you seriously trying to say no? Because he can't shoot.
No, I'm not saying he is. I'm saying
what? Because he averaged a half a block more. That's about it.
No. I'm saying no. What I'm saying to you is that if he didn't have all the injury issues he had through his career, and he were able to actually play his career, what we saw without the injuries, could you have seen this guy being the best power forward of all time?
No.
Okay.
No, there is no road you could go to where he's better than Tim Duncan. Just no.
Yeah.
And really not better than Karl Malone.
Oh, really?
Because those are the two greatest power forwards.
No, I do agree with that part. That part I do agree with. I think Karl Malone's number two.
I think KG's overrated as one of the top power forwards in the game.
That's
all time. Yes.
That's a take, buddy. I mean, I'm not saying disagree with you. I'm gonna say that's a take.
Well, I mean, how many are you top 5? No, he's not top 5.
As position, you mean?
Yeah, I don't believe KG's top 5 at power forward all time.
So you have AD, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley. If not Kevin Garnett, then who?
How about Kevin McHale?
You take over Garnett? Wow, okay. And
yes.
then who else? No, McHale's amazing, but then who else after that?
I mean, those are just my easy top 4 right off the bat. But give me 20 minutes to think about it, because my whole thought process was about this. I don't believe KG is a top 5 at his position.
So Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Kevin Garnett, Dirk. That's another one.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay. Charles Barkley, and well, here's what I'll give you some grace here. Do we take Giannis over him at this point now?
I would.
So then your take actually isn't as shocking as it seems. Then
would you not take Giannis over Kevin?
At this point, yes. I'd be honest, top 20 all time.
Yeah, maybe you need to reevaluate that.
Yeah, look, again, I'm not saying Kevin Garnett is top 5. I'm just saying that's a take. It's a long take. But I think Dirk and Giannis have probably made that conversation. And they won their titles as the guy. Like KG was kind of the guy, but not really in Boston when he won the title. Charles Barkley's a special anomaly because Charles Barkley's just that great, and so we'll give him a pass. He lost to Michael Jordan in the finals. Okay, let's give him a pass on that one. Okay, because everybody fucking did. You know what I'm saying? So that's a bad take. Actually, I don't know if I agree with it necessarily, but I'll tell you what. Of those 4 or 5 guys I mentioned, I'm comfortable saying 3 or 4 of them definitely ahead of KG.
And look, if we're looking at rebounding, defense, energy, team, I hate really saying it, but Dennis Rodman comes up there real and a fighter's.
That's not a bad one. Now that being said, this is about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is top 5 power forward, right? We do agree with that.
I hate putting him a power forward. He wants to play power forward, but he's been a center most of his career.
Okay.
Because if we're gonna do that, you know what? I'd rather slide LeBron in at power forward, 6'10", big guy. His power point.
He technically wasn't Miami.
Yeah, so.
He wasn't Miami, so. Okay. Okay, so second pick in the draft. I'm really curious if you're going to do it or go the other direction this one.
Another guy who, you know what? He's also probably ahead of KG on the power forward list. Draymond Green. Defensive player of the year.
You're really taking Draymond Green number 2 in the draft? Wow.
Oh, hell yeah. A leader among men. Yes. 4-time champion.
I will say this much to your defense. When I brought this up to one of my friends earlier today at work, he did mention that he would have taken him number 1 or 2 in the draft also. Yeah. So there is some sort of
he's been in the top 5 voting.
But why Draymond
Defensive Player of the Year 5 times. So he's no scrub. Because I know who you're putting at number 3 now, since I just went Draymond.
4-time All-Star. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, he's a 4-time All-Star, 4-time NBA champion, 9-time All-Defensive Player. He obviously is the steals champ, actually, if I'm not mistaken, in 26-17. All-NBA 2 times. This is actually a much tougher. Wow, 26-17 Defensive Player of the Year. The thing is, this is what I can't get off of, though, Zach. Is Draymond Green this good anywhere else outside of Golden State? I still question that.
Yes, because of exactly what he does. The one thing he doesn't do, which is score, translate to every other team when you're playing the kind of defense and has the kind of leadership to call out his teammates. Yes. Well, I think he's a douchebag at times. Yes, I think he is absolutely the number 2 pick in the draft.
I mean, it's hard to give someone credit for averaging under 9 points a game, under 7 rebounds a game. He does average 5.5 assists. Shot the ball 45% from the field, career wise. It's hard to look at that, but then you look at all the intangibles. You have to sell this. This is a selling. Okay, right. You look at those numbers like what the fuck.
Look at how many shots a game he takes.
But then you realize, oh wait. Yeah, I know. I get it. I know I get it. That's what I'm saying. If anybody else looks at the draft board and say, well, the other guys are about to take over him, but at the same time, he was so important to Golden State's success. I can see the argument too. Also, I'm not mad at it for the record. I'm surprised you actually did it, honestly. So, but it is what it is. This is why these things are cool. These things are cool for that reason. So, all right, 3rd pick. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. You already know, Damian Lillard. I don't know why that's even a conversation. He said he's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer most likely. He's arguably one of the best shooters in the league. Certainly probably all time also too. This is a guy that's for his career, this thing could load up real quick. He averages 25 a game. There's a hair about 7 assists a game. From 3, does it show 3 here? No, that's 3 is 3-point cover. Okay, doesn't matter. All right.
How many times
He's
has he
a
gone
9-time
past the
All-Star,
first round?
all rookie team in 2013. Part of the All NBA. He was rookie of the year in 2013 as well, and then All-Star Game MVP a year ago. He got to conference finals actually in 2019.
Yeah. So one time he's been out of the first round.
Yeah, he lost the Warriors in the conference finals. Remember, got swept.
Yeah. So again,
It happens.
You're telling me he's a first ballot Hall of Famer because he got to the conference finals one time, and you're questioning my number 2 pick in the draft.
I'm not questioning that because, again, there are some people who agree with you on that one. I'm questioning the fact that individual success would say, forget the rings and everything else. This individual play, that guy has done more as an individual than Draymond Green has. Again, can Draymond do what Lillard does as a number one? No. Draymond Green cannot go to Portland. You can't insert Draymond Green in Portland with that same team, Portland, and they have the same success there, and the same as Lillard did. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and all I'm
Draymond
saying
Green's a Hall of Famer.
he takes 1/3 of the shots too.
I will say this much though.
Draymond takes 8-9 shots a game. Damian Lillard takes 22, 23 shots a game. It's a lot.
I will say this much though.
20+ points.
Draymond's Hall of Fame case when he retires is going to be one of the most controversial ones, I think.
No, it's not. It's going to be a hands
no.
down.
No. I'm going to tell you why. Look, I agree he should be in, but the numbers not going to say that. The numbers don't pop. You have to know basketball to understand that. I'm with you. He's Hall of Famer. But there be people say, well, but he only averages 8 points a game all his entire career, and this and that. But the numbers don't matter. See, Dennis Rodman was kind of the same comp, but Rodman was insane, averaging 12 boards a game for his career. So that you can sell that part. Draymond is a little bit harder to sell, but if you know basketball, you know he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He was so important. He was the most important player to that Warriors team, honestly. So that's just I'm with you on that. I'm just saying it's gonna be controversial for a lot of basketball fans who may be on the fence on that about that one, but. That's neither here nor there. But like I said, Lillard's gonna be a Hall of Famer too. Also, we're recording this obviously in July of 2025. Obviously the whole situation with he's probably gonna miss all next year, so it's gonna be. Let's see the comeback. Let's see if he comes back and has one more run before he retires. So, all right, 4th pick, Zachary, what you got?
So, I'm changing my pick right now. And I'm going with Draymond's teammate, Harrison Barnes. And let me explain why.
Get the hell out
first half of his career, he was a 20-point a game
Are you
scorer.
serious?
Yes. So, look, the only other option is to go with Chris Middleton.
Wow.
Right? So, I can either go with Chris Middleton, who only showed up for 3-4 years, or I can go with Harrison Barnes, who was there early in his career to get a championship. Now, they're both equal. They both got a ring. They both barely ever made it to an all-star game. Never been all NBA players. I'm going with Harrison Barnes just for the fact he's been healthy longer. And he still provides something to this day.
He does.
But as I said,
for the record,
I switched last second, and I decided to go with the teammates. What really sucks is because I did this, I want to be stuck with the 6th pick.
Yeah, probably, because that was really silly what you just did there. However, Harrison Barnes, 4 a game. I hear all, but it is what it is with that one. Harrison Barnes, that's controversial. Like Draymond, I don't consider Draymond Green controversial, honestly, on this redraft. This one's a little controversial.
What's Harrison Barnes' career average? Like 18 points a game?
14. 14 a game.
14 now? Because the last 2 years, he's been playing with Sabonis and Fox, so he's been the third scorer.
Third, fourth, yeah. I mean, he also had DeRozan last year, too, a little bit. But,
So there you go. Go on. Give your number 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the bias here of guys you don't make sure you're gonna punish here. So I gotta take him for you now. Obviously number 5, 5th pick for me is gonna be Bradley Beal. Like, come on, like Bradley Beal is probably
no freaking way.
He may get in.
Oh my
like,
god, are you
ballot,
really taking him?
He's a fringe Hall of Famer. You know, if this internet could stop giving me issues here. Go ahead, Zach.
I can't even believe you would take him over Middleton. Like, nowhere in this planet does he deserve to go top 5. You're talking about the most garbage stats in the history of the league. No winning, nothing. Can't even shoot. All he is a volume scorer for a bad team. That's all he's ever been.
Well, Bradley Beal, his career arc, he's averaging 21.5 a game. Bad teams. 3-time All-Star, 2013 All-Rookie Team, and also All-NBA for 2021.
Yeah.
Well, no,
thank you for hey, look, all I'm going to say is thank you for leaving me Middleton at number 6. All right. Proven scorer when he's healthy. You think right now, Middleton can carry a team on his back when his number 1, his Batman is out, can take over games in the playoffs rather than not even be in the playoffs. Yeah, give me Chris Middleton at number 6.
Right. All right, Chris Middleton. Let's see what he's done, because obviously he's wasting away in
Washington now.
Hold on, Washington now. But for now, you know, we'll see. He'll be one of those movable contracts. I'll tell you what, it's on a final year's deal, so he might find a home at a contender next year if he's healthy. He actually won't be one of those sneaky, like, nice picks for a contender that needs a piece to get over the hump if he's healthy, of course. Career arc, of course, he averaged 16.5 a game. Nearly 5 rebounds a game, 4 assists. He's a 3-time All-Star, and of course, a 2021 NBA champion. I didn't know by the way, I know they call him his nicknames is Cash Money, WD-40, and Baby Joe Johnson. I didn't know that. That's funny.
I like WD-40. I gotta say that. That's sweet.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, WD-40 is pretty cool. Now, would you consider him a Hall of Famer?
I wouldn't, but he's gonna get in. Because he's got a ring. Yeah, he's got a ring. He'll probably make it.
Wow. Another interesting take by Zack today. Look at that.
I'm not saying he's a first ballot, but I could easily see him, him getting in eventually.
Right. All right, so you pick Chris Middleton, right?
Yep.
All right, so the 7th pick in the draft. You get past all the Hall of Famers, the All-Stars, the French Hall of Famers. You get a little deeper into the weeds a little bit now. This is where the fun begins for me, honestly, is these quality, serviceable players that last a long time in the league. You maybe underwhelmed, but still had a good career. I'm going to take Andre Drummond with the 7th pick.
Absolutely.
He's still in the league. He's a double-double guy career, 2.5 points a game.
Yeah. I mean, he dominated the center position for a couple years. 20 and 10, you could count on.
Yeah. 2-time All-Star, 4-time rebounding champion, was All-NBA in 2016.
There you go.
That's not bad. I wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame, although these numbers aren't that terrible, though. 12-12. That's not terrible, actually.
No.
I mean, I don't know. But I think he's another guy that, did he underwhelm career-wise? Because we thought I'm sure you and I discussed it back in the yachts that this is a guy that probably had an opportunity to be the best center in the league, at least for a little while, but he never really got there in Detroit, But having said that, he's still, getting quality minutes on teams 12 years into his career. He's still relevant in the league. He's still, I'm not saying he's a star, but teams still use his body. They still need him. So he's still relevant in a way. So, very good career, actually.
Look, the league changed. The league changed right in front of his eyes.
Very true. Also,
he just didn't have that ability to shoot.
Right. All right. The 8th pick. What you got, buddy?
All right. This is going to be a little bit of a homer. He didn't spend his whole career with Orlando, but he provided Orlando with some very special years. Give me Evan Fournier.
I like Evan Fournier, actually.
The only foreigner I have on my list. But
I almost took him next.
Yeah. He was really good.
He was. I don't know if he retired yet, but he did retire, didn't he?
I think technically he has. Like he didn't announce it, but he hasn't been picked up, so I don't think he played at all last year. I think 2023 might have been his last year.
Yeah, so Orlando, like during the post Dwight Howard, you had the Afflalo, Fournier, Oladipo teams. They were not great, obviously, but some of them were competitive at times. And Fournier was a solid player. I like Fournier. I liked Fournier. I thought that
he could put up close to 20 points a game at that time. So
right, yeah. He did have a lot of health issues too. I think also, I believe, for a little while. Can stay healthy for a little bit. He averaged 13.5 a game. Just a tad above under 3 rebounds, 2.5 assists. No accomplishments of notes here for Fournier. Again, I don't think he retired yet because he hasn't been in the league in a little while. And quite frankly, last time he was in the league, he only averaged what? Not much. He played in Detroit 2 years ago, and he averaged 7 points. That's not horrible, for a long career, but he was a solid player. He was a solid player. I did like him actually. So good pick on that, Fournier. I like that. All right. So now we're number 9, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I get it. This is the fun part of the draft. This is the fun part. 9th pick. Oh boy, I'll take him. He had his moments. I'll take him. Wait, no. Let me not go there. Let me go there. No, I have other options than that. Give me Jay Crowder. I'll say Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder was a fun player. He was good.
Yeah, that's who I got too. So
Jay Crowder was fun. I like Jay Crowder.
There's no argument.
So Jay Crowder's number. Oh, you agree with that then? Okay.
Yeah, he was a great off the bench guy.
Yeah, so he averaged just a hair about under 10 points a game, a little over 4 rebounds a game, 1.5 assists. He played on the Heat team, went to the finals in 2020. He was actually one of those really good role players that, if you need a piece to kind of fill in to, be a stopper and this kind of thing, he was that guy. He's in the beast, obviously, but I like Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder was a good player. He could hit the 3-pointer also too, necessarily once in a while. He definitely wasn't a zero on offense. That's for damn sure. No. So yeah, I like Jay Crowder. Give me Jay Crowder on number 9. I like that one. So all right, number 10 for you.
So I don't want to go full homer again. So instead, I'll go Dion Waiters.
That was going to pick next.
Yeah, it was for a guy who had so much pressure on him coming into the league with the expectations. It took him a while to get going, but he made a really good career.
Well, he flamed out early though too. Like he flamed out. Like we would look at this guy as a star. Like when he came in the league, we were talking about this Dion Waiters. I remember the big hype back in 2012. Oh, Dion Waiters and Kyrie Irving could be one of the best backcourts in basketball when all said and done. Yeah. And that thing flamed out quick. And a lot of it's his fault, his attitude.
Well, yeah, there were expectations, and sometimes you come in with those expectations, and you expect to be able to get the ball and be the man, and that just wasn't ever going to happen. So it took maturity, but later on, he became a really good player.
Yeah,
for some.
He could be better though. Could be better. He averaged 13 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, about 3 assists a game. Won a ring with the Lakers in 2020. And all 2013 all rookie team. Again, he's not in the league anymore, not because he's not good enough. He's not in the league because he's let's say he's a head case. He's a bit of a head case. Everywhere he went, Cleveland, Miami, OKC, didn't matter. He's a head case. And teams want to deal with that. So that's why he's not in the league. Not because he's not good enough. Everybody can use a shooter like him, offensive player. But he's just a head case. So there you go. So that was your 10th pick, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 11. Whew. Two guys I'm looking at here. I'm trying to decide which one to pick here. You know what? Okay, I'm going to go Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross.
Yeah.
I was always a fan of Terrence Ross. I was going to take him before I picked Jay Crowder. Terrence Ross was a guy I was looking at really, as a this is another guy that's into offense.
I'm a sucking with the last pick.
Huh?
I'm a sucking with the last pick, but again, I didn't want to be a total homer. He was another guy who managed to shine in Orlando when we struggled.
Yep. 11 points a game, a little under 3 rebounds a game. A little over 1 assist. He was an instant offense guy. He was a guy that if you needed points, he got points for you. He wasn't a starter, none of those guys. But if you need like a 7th, 8th man to give you some points on the board, in relief, he can do it for you. He remind me a lot. He remind me a lot of Jason Terry, actually.
Damn, that's good praise right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just style play and what he's.
Yeah.
Terry's better, obviously, but so
No, he was definitely not afraid to shoot.
No, that's a damn sure he wasn't. He was that's like he's another like Dion Waiters type, but it's a lot more trustworthy. So, all right, let's get to the 12th pick for you. What you got?
So at this point, you almost have to take the kid out of Duke. Give me Austin Rivers.
Kid, anyone's coming.
He never really lived. He should have been better than he was for a coach's kid. But look, he played some meaningful minutes for teams for over a decade. So for the 12th pick, yeah, you kind of got to take him.
His nicknames was Sub-Zero and Macaroni Tony.
Macaroni Tony, damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading here on reference. He's average here on 9 points a game, 8.5 points a game, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Again, another guy that probably should have been a little better than he was. He had a solid career. He last played 2 years ago. So I won't say he flamed out early because he had an 11-year career. If you got an 11-year career in the NBA and playing quality minutes, you're doing pretty good. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I can't necessarily hold that against him. So, all right. So, 13th pick for me. All right, this is gonna be tough. There's a couple guys here I'm looking at that can be in the conversation. I'm relooking again one more time the bottom of the draft here. And I don't see anybody worth a damn. Let me see the 2012 second round NBA draft second round selections. One more time. All right, so shoot, let's see here. So we got Jay already. Damn, it's crappy. There's a lot of crappier on the bottom of the list. I thought maybe some guys would have broken through, but no.
There's a couple guys left, and that's it.
Yeah, there's not a lot really, guys. That's why you go 14. That's it. After that, you just kind of leave it alone. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just do it. Give me, Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
No,
I mean he wasn't. Look, he didn't match the hype of being the number 2 pick in the draft. He had the weirdest jump shot in the history of the league, probably. Ain't weirder than Kelvin Martin and those guys. However, he wasn't horrible. He was still serviceable, but he's on a bad team too. So you really didn't get to really see how good he was because he was on a bad team. So I mean,
his after his second season, there was so much hope for the kid. Everyone thought he was gonna be a 15, 7-7 guy. He looked like he could do it all. He could put the ball in his hands, and he could basically play point forward and shit. But
yeah, he averaged like 8.5 a game, 5.5 rebounds, 1 assist. He didn't really do anything. No, he was all rookie team in 2013. But other than that, he didn't really do anything to note. Again, he was on a bad team most of his career. He was in Charlotte. He had 1 year in Dallas, and then I don't know if he retired. I think he just no one got him, picked him up after 2020. He hasn't been in the league since 2020, since the pandemic. So, I don't say he flamed out, but I mean, it kind of looks that way in a sense. I don't know.
No, he did flame out. He had a ton of promise.
Yeah.
He showed it slightly, and then it was gone.
Yeah, his top end was he averaged 12.5 points a game in his 4th year with Charlotte. But again, on a bad team. But I mean, it doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean? He was pretty much averaging between like 8 and 12 a game. But for a number 2 pick, that's a massive letdown. And you look at guys like Draymond Green and Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal and guys who are going to be Hall of Famers, the fringe Hall of Famers. It's a massive letdown. So yeah, he was a bust by virtue of where he was at. You have to kind of go that route. So all right, that was my last pick of the draft. Yours, last pick of the draft, Zachary.
Basically, Will Barton, about the only other guy who had any meaningful minutes where I could remember him even being on the court. It was one of these things. When we started doing this, I realized real quick there were basically 2 busts in the top 10. Like, it was a really great draft out of the top 10, and after that, it was just a cliff.
Well, he had a moment in Denver for a couple of years. We averaged like 14 a game, 16 a game. He was 6 man of the year, candidate. 2 of those years. He averaged what? He averaged 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists. I mean, he played a long time. He hasn't played in 2 years, but he was a quality player. I mean, to be honest with you, there's a case that you could put him ahead of Michael Gilchrist, honestly.
Oh, you could easily. I had him ahead on my list, but
yeah, there's a case. In fact, if I had to low again, I might take Will Barton instead of Michael Gilchrist because, yeah, Will Barton had a solid career. He wasn't terrible. And again, he's only been out of the league 1 year or 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. So not bad. He had an 11-year career. I mean, again, we just said it a little while ago about Austin Rivers. You can play up more than 10 years in the NBA and in quality minutes. You're doing something. You know what I mean? He was still average. He averaged double figures like for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons in a row.
There you go.
And he was drafted low. Was it 2nd round pick too? 2nd round?
Yeah. Or no, I think he was a late first actually.
Let me see. Make sure. Will Barton was late first. Hold on. He might have been. You might be right. Yeah, he was. I think he was. No, Fournier got him in 20. No,
maybe what?
No, he was 2nd round.
Might have been 2nd round. Yeah.
So Will Barton was drafted
40th overall. So yeah,
Yep, 4th overall. He had a good career. Not bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, is there any more notable guys that we did not pick in this draft that you probably could get consideration? Like the only guys I look at this list that I'm looking at as possible picks, it's like no one here really to grab. I mean, you have like guys like where's he at? I'm trying to find the name. Shit.
Yeah, like Festus Azili.
Yeah, Robert Sacre. Robert Sacre had a moment in LA for a little bit, like a year or 2. Yeah, it's a pretty shitty draft, dude. After you get past like 10, it does. It's not a bad draft, but it goes to show you the NBA. Like, if you don't hit, you're screwed.
But if you hit on a 2nd rounder, like some of these teams did, it changes the course of your franchise.
Yep. I remember Fab Melo, who went to Boston. Well, he got invited to pick. Fab Melo. We thought, oh, this could be the next guy. And
man, and he came out of Syracuse with so much hype.
Yep.
So much hype.
And he fell apart real quick.
I mean, you had Jared Sullinger. He was another guy coming out of, I think, Ohio State in college.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one too.
Huge promise.
Yeah. Yep. So it's crazy, man, how this works out. But the NBA draft is always a crapshoot. Even the top 10 is a crapshoot.
So part of the reason why I picked this year was for the fact that you were going into a season where, or technically, you were finishing the finals with OKC and Miami.
No, yes, correct. Yes.
All right. And so now OKC is about to make a major roster move. And so you had to think the team was already making that decision halfway through the season. And the way in which it went down changed the whole course of their franchise for what, 10 years. And if they would have hit a home run with maybe picking Draymond Green late in the first round, the difference that would have made in their friend, or even Chris Middleton, to have that other scorer off the bench, since you were losing Harden and then eventually Ibaka.
And you look back at those teams between 2013 and 2016, they got to the conference finals a few times. Forget the injuries to Durant in 14 and whatnot, and Russ, I think, before that. They suffered from having that third scorer. Like, Ibaka was okay, but he never really got better after 2012. Like, he was stagnant. He didn't get better. The thought was, well, we keep Ibaka, he give us 15 points a game and make us a little better, and then we get a ring. And by the way, at the time, I supported the move because I was like, you know what? You get something back for Harden. You have the two guys plus Ibaka plus the salary cap. He wants to make more money. I get it, but in hindsight, they need that third scorer.
And I mean, really, Ibaka might have been the first stretch center, the first stretch five.
Correct.
Because he could shoot. He could shoot from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His comp was actually Chris Bosh, in those couple of years, because him and Bosh had that same similar style in a sense. Although Bosh spent way more time on the outside, on both sides of the ball. But yeah, so yeah, that's a great point you made there. So, all right, so that's your 2012 redraft. We'll try to stay with these, be more consistent with these podcasts with you. Redrafts. We got a bunch more to go. We did the 2007 one. You look in the archives. We got a playlist also dedicated to the Basketball Retro podcast on the YouTube page. You can check it out, and we'll do more in these redrafts. What year we'll do next? You think? Pick any year.
Oh man, do you maybe go 2018? Do you go recent, or do you go back in the day? Like how
back
far
in the
back?
day, in the 90s? Well, I'll cut it off at 92.
At 92?
Yeah, maybe 91.
Oh man, so you want that Weber Shaq debate?
Yeah. But this is what I'll tell you. If you know basketball, I know you know basketball. Even back then, there were way more quality players back then. I felt, because those guys were going to college for 2, 3, and 4 years.
Yeah,
they were ready to go, and you were getting guys that, not stars, but they were still quality players for a long time, like a PJ Brown and all these guys. Guys you wouldn't be on the radar, but then like, oh, this guy's a quality starter, a quality bench guy, giving you points, giving you rebounds, all that. Yeah, I think those 90s drafts are going to be a lot better, because like the one thing about you'll notice with these drafts, depending on the year you pick, that the closer you get to current day, the quality of the players drops dramatically. And I'm not talking about the stars. I'm talking about like the middle of the road, middle draft, like 10, 11, 12 down.
Well, everything becomes so much more of a gamble. Like,
yeah,
there's so little to judge a player on, because it's usually 1 year of college, max 2 years, or you're looking overseas.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what makes like maybe like the 99 or the 2000 draft kind of fun, because now you have the high school players again. So you have high school player going against nobodies or first year players, and you're starting to see a little bit of the international come in. So it's just so much of a gamble.
Yeah. And because a lot of these kids aren't ready.
Yeah.
They weren't ready for that life. And it shows. So, but we'll see. What we can do 2018 one too. 2018 is another good one. Do you remember that headliner? Who was that again?
No. I really don't.
2018? Okay, I don't know either. So we'll save it. We'll do 2018 next, and then we'll do an old one after that. So anyway, Zach, good job as always. By the way, football's on the corner, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. Another chance at going to the Super Bowl, baby. Well,
yes,
I mean, my
yes,
team.
sir. If you got to do our preview too, also.
Yeah.
I know. Dean Daniels, I get it. So good job as always, brother.
All right, man. You take it easy. Later.
All right, brother.